Hello, everybody, wherever you may be from coast to coast and sea to shine and sea. Want to welcome you back to Ham Radio Live, where the world comes to talk radio. On today's show, we're going to talk about a directional antenna you can do, plus all your comments and more. Welcome back. This is Ham Radio Live. With Foghat. Are you ready? We're going to take you on a little bit of a slow ride. What a great song. Oh my gosh. Have I told y'all that I've missed you a great deal? Have I said that recently or what? Well, I am real excited to see all of you today. My gosh, it's been 6 straight days. Tuesday, June 28, 2022. From around the world, away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. Gosh, it's great to see you. It's so great to see you. I am so excited to see you. It has been crazy around here. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for being patient with me. You know what? This is such a labor of love to do this show, and I love to do it because of the friendships I've made. And to that, I am so grateful. Thank you all around the world for just sticking with me and hanging in there with me. Thank you. I mean that. Thank you. The whole passion of why we come to do the shows, though, is to help you get an amateur radio license. That's really it. Contact someone big like the American Radio Relay League. They're good at helping people. They helped me get my license. I just contacted them and told them I wanted to get my license and where I was from. They sent me an email back that had a local amateur radio club to me that I could contact on my time and then find out more about amateur radio and getting my license. It all starts here, though, www.arrl.org. Please hit the contact us bar. Let them know where you're located. They will let you know where a local amateur radio club to you is. If you're here from the WRMI CQ calling show powered by ICOM, I want to welcome y'all here. And that's coming up day after tomorrow. We're looking forward to that. These are the frequencies and times worldwide. It's literally beamed to all continents, so we're hopeful that you can watch the show this week, and I hope you like it as well. Email me if you want to, say a suggestion, a comment, maybe a question. Reach me out at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com, but the best place is to hit our Discord page. The first thing I do when I'm done with the show here is I'm going to put the Discord link on for you so that you can hit the link and join us after the show. The show is such a fun show to do, and I enjoy doing this. And like I said, to me, it's a labor of love. I do it because I want to give back and help people get licensed. So far, 36 licenses or license ups have been achieved from the help of this channel, and I'm very, very honored by that. This show, we're also going to have amateur extra license test questions, so I hope we can help you maybe to license up. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for the kind words, the emails, the comments, and everything else. My brother is slowly getting better. He's hanging in there from his surgery. My dad, that was just a catastrophe. He was taking the garbage out. He slipped. He fell backwards, literally backwards. Cracked his head here on the back of his head, fractured his skull, unfortunately a brain bleed, and we're not sure how much brain damage there is. He still cannot talk. He can't walk. He really can't function. He's literally lying in bed. So he has a 50-50 shot getting his brain working again. And we're obviously worried, and we're praying about that. So we're grateful that you understood why it's been so long since I could do a show. I like to do them every day, but sometimes things just don't work out that way. Today is going to be a special show where we're going to let you take charge. It is going to be what we call a Tell Me Something Good Tuesday. And that's a fun show. It's something where you guys tell us something that happened in your life, whether it be in radio or something else, something good. Let us know. We'll make it part of your show. We'll let you know who's first, second, and third in just a moment. The Weather Day, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. You take a look at the about the 2 o'clock part, that would be the west limb of the sun, and you see some sunspots moving away. But look down at 8 o'clock and about 9, you're seeing some sunspots coming back. So I think we're going to get a bump in SFIs here sometime by Thursday or Friday. I think we're going to start seeing numbers come back up. You can really see them here on the stereo ahead spacecraft. Here is really good view of just how many sunspot regions are coming off of the east limb. Probably by Thursday or Friday is when we're going to start seeing some impact from all of that. Coronal hole map, here is what's there. Not much really hurting us. We do have a little bit of a high solar wind today, but nothing major. The magnetosphere view of the sun, there you see 3040 and 3041 really, but we have more than that. We actually have these two sunspot regions that came in first, but there's another one that came up, and I'm going to get that up here real quick because there was a change later today in the sunspot graph where we had a little bit more sunspots that came up on the sun. So I love that when we get updates, when all of a sudden we get a update that there's now more sunspots, and I like to share those with you when we do. So here's the current one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 sunspots now. So we have currently 5 on the front of the sun, and we're seeing a little bump right now going back up towards the C range. We should see some better conditions as the week goes on. Your solar indices, we're way down to 98 for an SFI, down 4 from yesterday. Sunspot number is down 1 to 32. Area number also way down 160. Now it's down at 180. So we can only look up from here. It's going to get better. K-index, that's a good sign. Interplanetary KP index, the noise floors are quieter. So we're going to have good conditions on the 80 meter and 40 meter band tonight. Between the static crashes there are, but it'll be better. The 3-day geomagnetic forecast looks good over the next 3 days. So into Thursday should have some great conditions. QRZ conditions, SFI 98, solar number is 32, A index a little high at 12. Remember, we want that A index to be as close to 0 as possible. Right now we're at 12, and at 12 starts to begin unsettled conditions. If we also go down and take a look at the BZ latitude, that is getting worse. Earlier today at 1908, it was at minus 2.0. Currently, it's now 3.0. Solar wind, though, is down to 500.7 kilometers per second. And once that gets below 500, the solar wind number is going to go green, and then it'll be fine. We'll have good conditions. Take a look. 6 and 2 meter E-skip is available. Earlier today, there was 6 and 2 meters, so that's staying pretty consistent. I think we got good conditions today. I don't think, from the last time we visited, we had 12 and 10 available to us, but not today. The SFI is just too low. So let's get into the MUF map. Current MUF's anchorage right now, 16 megahertz. You hit right about the U.S.-Canadian border. That's where 19 is south and 18 is up in Canada. So Canada right now about 18 megahertz. Northern part of the United States at about 19. Southern California at 23 megahertz. Panhandle of Florida, 20. New England, 18. Great Lakes, 18. Heading towards South America, 29 in North Brazil, 21 down towards Rio, 30 in the just in the northern part of Argentina there. As we head over to Europe, 21 megahertz, Great Britain, 21 as well as in France, 19, Germany. We also have 19 in the southern part of Italy. So numbers are much lower than they were the last time that we met. Over in the Far East, if we take a look at Tokyo, right about 16 megahertz, and in Australia, 15 megahertz in the Gold Coast, 13 down near Melbourne, and then 14 over near Perth. In New Zealand, some really good conditions. North Island should hit 10 meters today. South Island, you might get to 12. We'll see how it goes. Your forecast around the world. Today, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Longest sunlight day still going in the Northern Hemisphere. SFIs, and this is really wrong, should be stable in the 140s. Oh my gosh, that part should have been changed. There's so much in this show. Bear with me, my friends. We're just going to get rid of that right there. Okay, perfect. So now it won't even bother us anymore. SFIs should start to rebound on Thursdays. Noise floors stay fairly quiet, though, through, I would say, through probably Thursday night now. So we're going to change that to a Thursday, and we'll make it better for you. So good conditions to work your nighttime bands, which is nice. So that'll be good. And then also, the other thing is you've got decreasing noise floors at night, so good conditions. Voice bands, though, in the north for the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and then towards Europe and all of Asia here in the north. Voice bands will be limited this today and tomorrow, 20, 17, and 15 meters. If you get to 12, you're really lucky because the MUFs are just not there. We don't have a high enough SFI. Equatorial latitudes is where everything happens, 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. Southern hemisphere, note this, 20, 17, 15, and possible 12 and 10. But see, it's because of the way that the MUF map is working the 10-meter band. So 15 should be the best band you can work. And a lot of people are going to be working on 17 and 15 tonight. CB radio skip north is closed, mid-latitude open, and then you go to the southern latitudes. You know, it's not really there. I mean, you're not going to get a whole lot of CB skip, but you might get a little bit in the southern hemisphere. I wouldn't rely on it too much, though. Data modes, 30 to 10 meters, mid, north, and south latitudes. Decreasing noise source tonight. Ham band openings this evening, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30, but your best DX on your MUF at sunset, most likely somewhere around the 15-meter band, then work down to 17 meters, then go to 20. Work it as long as you can until you get to 40 and 80 meters. That'll work well for you. Shortwave bands today, 31, 25, 22 in the 19-meter band, and the shortwave nighttime band should be 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and 100% chance of 19 meters in the northern hemisphere about 3 hours or so after sunset, and your signals will fade away. Today's solar ranking is a 5. We just have some crummy conditions, and we need to get better. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Good to see you. For a while, I was like, look, where's my cord? Where's this cable? Where's this? I mean, I couldn't find anything because I had taken so much for field day. I'm going to talk field day tomorrow. This show is going to be more about the BuddiHex. I'll explain it. I'll explain how it goes together. I'll give you some specs. Also, we're going to talk about it versus a vertical. For people that might not know the difference between a directional antenna and a vertical, you'll see it and you'll hear it today on the show. I want to welcome you around the world. Let's find out who's here first, second, third, and figure it out today. What do you say?
On first? Yeah. What's on second? I don't know's on third.
First one in, all the way from Georgia. Her name is Jenna. Her call sign would be November 4, Juliet Echo Hotel. Please give that girl a gigantic beep beep. Beep beep. Jenna, welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. I hope you and your sister are doing well. Nice stuff on Discord. I've loved it. My brother Bob, courtesy WIFI. Welcome, Bob. You nearly made it first. Wine from Africa came all the way in third, and that's pretty darn cool. Welcome back, Winen. Good to see you. All the way from Namibia, all the way in Southwest Africa. I never lose sight of that. Winen, it's good to have you. Thanks for coming back to the show. Steve in the UK, 2 Echo 0, X-Ray Sierra Hotel. Welcome back, my friend. It's good to see you, Steve. A very happy Tuesday evening to you. Jerry Jones, Kilo 4, Papa Zulu here is in the house. Welcome back, Jerry. Also want to welcome Rick. I love the emoji. That is beautiful, man. That is absolutely stunning. Thank you for coming, Rick. First timer, I believe. Welcome to the show. My name's Larry. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming today. It's good to meet you. Rob is here from Tucson, November 7, Tango Alpha. Sandy, welcome back. Sandio, Kilo, Oscar 4, Oscar. She's been very patient with Larry about, getting her call sign wrong. So thank you, Sandy. Whoops, that's a no good thing. Yep, and a little Foghat to start us out. Yeah, it was interesting. It was in Top Gun 2, which was fun. That was a neat movie. Let me tell you, that's a great movie. If you want to go see the new Top Gun Maverick movie, it's worth it. If you like the first one, you're going to love the second one. Dwight Hitchens, welcome. He caught me on shortwave, and he's here as well from Coastal Virginia. Welcome, Dwight. Nice to see you. Welcome back. Nice to have you. Andrew Thrall is here. Hi, Andrew. Andrew Thrall, welcome. Kilo 2, Oscar. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you as well. And Winen, roar. Welcome back, Larry and friends. That's nice. Thank you. Roger McKeon and Molly Kilo Juliet 7 Lima X-Ray and /K9. Welcome and thank you for coming. Love the Foghat. The Foghat. That was fun. Hey, this is brand new. GMCG. Brand new to the channel. Welcome here. It's Mike 3 Golf Queen Tango. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. Nice to meet you. Thank you. I mean that. Welcome you. My name is Larry. It's nice to meet you. I appreciate you coming tonight. Thank you so much all the way from the UK. Jenna is here November 4, Juliet Echo Hotel. Steve Wheeler, welcome. Everett, Washington, another first-timer. November 7, India, Juliet. My pleasure to meet you, my Northwestern mate. Yep. See, he's about maybe 225 miles north of me. Good. Nice to see you. As well as Avery. There is Jenna's sister, Kilo 4 Vry. She has like a call sign of Avery there, right? Kilo 4 VRY, like the last part of her name. That's such a cool call sign, Avery. I love your call. I do. It's perfect for you. It's just perfect. Andy New, welcome back. UK is here. Mike 7 Charlie U November. Thanks for coming, Andy. It's nice to have you today. Digital Analog Hand, that's Chris 2 Echo 0 Union Kilo Hotel. Welcome back to you too. I'm just trying to remember all the call signs. Jeff, November 4 Papa Oscar Delta. I'm here. Ticker still going. That's good news. That's great. William Myers, Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike, not first, 25th. We're glad you're here. Thank you, Will. Nice to have you. Man, it's a fun show. I hope you enjoy it. And Jeff, thank you for the kind words about subscribing and the thumbs up. That's nice. I don't usually ask for it. Thank you, man. You know, and also another thing from Jeff, join us on Discord after the show. We try and talk, keep the conversation going, have a little fun, keep it light and helpful. Sean, 2 Echo 0 X-Ray Bravo Tango, welcome. Good to have you as well, Sean. Thank you. I just realized I did not get someone who listens to the show, watch the show here in this show. I'm sorry about that. I spent a long time since I've done this darn thing. Sandy, thank you for the kind words about my dad. I hope, yeah, it's one of those things. William, yeah, it's getting spotty. November 5, Echo Victor, welcome back. Good to have you, William. Thank you for coming to the show. And thanks for all the well wishes about my dad. It's been tough. Yeah. Rudolph Smith, Papa Delta 2 Sierra Romeo Sierra. Welcome back to you, as well as Kevin from Iowa, Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo. Aaron Lutz has joined us. Welcome from Canada. Kevin says something good. School exams are now over. My son has just finished school and my daughter has just finished college. Exam results due in August, but very proud of them. Sure, they have done well.
Tell me something good.
Nice job, Kev. That's beautiful. Nice words of good stuff for your kids. That's always good. Man, that's always good. We got Holland in the house. Rodney, welcome back. Pop Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. Welcome to you, my friend. Good to see you. Wow. Jeff Porter up in Portland. Something good. I put up my new GP9 VHF UHF antenna on the top of the tower. Works like a charm and has good gain.
Tell me something good.
Nice job, Jeff. That's nice. Wow. Good stuff. William, can't stay. I have an HRCC exam session in 30 Mon. Have fun and good luck to you, sir. Good luck at the Ham Radio Crash Course. Hope it goes well. Tell Josh hello for me, my friend. And yeah, I'm sure he says congrats to the kids and all that. So this is good stuff. We'll have some fun. Grant Bob, thank you for your kind wishes and well wishes. I don't want to miss anybody. Ron Walensky in Monroe, Washington, November 8, Whiskey Charlie Romeo. Thank you for coming back to the show. And Rick, it is November 4, Romeo Lima Delta in Georgia, part of the 17-meter activity group. That's a great group right there. Seriously. They're really good. They start in 17. They check propagation. So it's not a net. They check propagation. It starts 17. Then they go 15. Then they go 12. They go 10. And if people can still hear each other, they know it works. It's a really good group. I would really invite you guys. We've talked about them before. It's a really fun group. Nice people to be there. And Avery says, yep, that was my intention with my call sign to have the part of her last name be on there. Her name is Avery. So Avery, her call sign Kilo 4 VRY. Beautiful. John Deere, welcome. Call sign Kilo Echo 7 Quebec X-Ray Papa. He is in Monmouth, Oregon. Welcome back, John. Nice to have you. Morse code spoken here. Whiskey 6 Julie into Mike. That is so cool. All the way from Walnut Creek, California. Welcome, my friend. It's nice to have you. She says the 4 is for the A, and the VRI is short for very in CW. All right, Avery, thank you for coming. We appreciate you being part of the show. All right, we're going to jump in first to ham bites, and we're trying to help people with the amateur extra license, and then we're going to talk about the new BuddiHex from BuddiPole. I'm going to talk to you about how it goes together. I'll talk to you about my experience of it, putting it together, taking it down, putting it together, taking it down. I've done it 3 times. Also going to talk to you about how it is component-wise, what's in the bags and so forth and so on. And I'm also going to do a little segment on the DX Commander Classic antenna, which I love. I think it's a beautiful antenna. I've always spoke highly of that. And then, of course, the BuddiHex. Now, both are portable antennas, right? Both are meant to be taken down and put back up. You can use them portably. I would probably recommend the BuddiHex to be used on longer excursions because it takes a little while to put together. But I got it together in 30 minutes. I'm happy with that. I thought it was okay. The DX Commander is a very good antenna as well. So we'll just kind of show you how each one works in terms of receive. And then if we can make calls, terrific. We'll make that part of the show as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. All right. First up, Ham Bites. Ham Bites is powered by Ham Test Online, software that knows you. Online courses for the ham radio license exams. They have all three, actually four. They have the new one for technician, which starts on July the 1st, which will be fun. They also have your technician exam for the current technician license. You're taking it before July 1st. And they have the general and, of course, the amateur extra. We're going to focus today on the extra. So, first question. What information is contained in the lookup table of a direct digital synthesizer? All right. So you're looking for what's inside of a DDS. All right. And these are the answers given. Amplitude values that represent the desired waveform. That's the right answer, by the way. Okay. So that's the information that's in a lookup table of a direct digital synthesizer. It's amplitude values that represent the desired waveform. But look at the other three. The phase relationship between a voltage controlled oscillator and the output waveform. That could be very plausible to people. Number 3, frequently used receiver and transmitter frequencies. That's memory. That's your radio memory. That has nothing to do with the lookup table of a DDS. Okay. 4th one, the phase relationship between a reference oscillator and the output waveform. Again, that is the 3rd one that talks about output, that talks about waveform, right? The answer here is the first one. It's amplitude values that represent the desired waveform. If you look at this and remember amplitude, you'll have this answer right every time. It's amplitude values that represent the desired waveform. Next, and we had this recently. In fact, it was funny. I had like 3 questions that we had recently, but I was like, no, I don't want that one. Okay, I'll pick this one. And this has about a 9.1% chance of being on your test. It was on mine. Which of the following geographic descriptions approximately describes what's called line A? All right. If you just remember this as being south of Canada, you'll have it right. That's all you have to remember. South of Canada. The correct answer. A line roughly parallel to and south of the border between the U.S. and Canada. Then you take a look. If you press on the little button here that says line A at the bottom of the right answer there, see that little circular, looks like almost like a capsule, line A, right? Then you go to the next and it shows you line A. Line A is south and parallel to the Canadian border. Canada also represents this quiet zone for radio. They have line B. That's to the north. And then, of course, line D is to the northwest, and and then line C in Alaska, which is, the place where the Alaskans protect the Canadians on their side. So line A is always south of Canada. If you just remember line A is south, you'll always have that right. Easy to remember. Next, what's the efficiency of a photovoltaic cell? If you remember this as something that powers something, right? Something that powers something, and it's basically a solar panel, right? All right. So the relative fraction of light that is converted to current, that's really what solar panels do, right? So if you answer it that way, you'll have it correct. A photovoltaic cell is something that picks up energy from the sun and converts it to current. That way it works. So the relative fraction of light that is converted to current, the light being that of the sun, or it could be of a bright light outside too. That'll work too. Next question. What must the VE teams do if an examinee scores a passing grade on all examination elements needed for an upgrade or new license? Okay. All of these sound plausible. All right. Photocopy all examination documents and forward them to the FCC for processing. Sounds good, but they don't do it that way because it has to go to the VEC. Don't forget that. It's got to go there. Next one, issue the examinee a new or upgrade license. They're not capable of doing that. That's the FCC's job. All of these choices are correct. Can't work because number 1 and number 3 are wrong. The answer is 3 VEs must certify that the examinee is qualified for the license grant and that they have complied with the administering VE requirements, meaning they followed the rules taken the test, right? And they made sure to answer all the questions right. They had enough right to make it a passing grade. That's it. And remember, on the extra, instead of missing 8, you can miss 13. So just be patient. You'll get through it. It's not a timed test in the US. Just remember that. And just relax. Get a good night's sleep beforehand, relax, and you'll do fine. Next question. Which of the following factors has the greatest effect on the bandwidth and response shape of a crystal ladder filter? This is the last one. It just is the relative frequencies of the individual crystals. So when you get this question, which of the following factors has the greatest effect on the bandwidth and response shape of a crystal ladder filter? Remember, the relative frequencies of the individual crystals. If you answer it that way, you'll have it right. It all depends on what frequencies the individual crystals have in that crystal ladder filter. Next, what is the equivalent circuit of a quartz crystal? Okay, this is the one where you use the word shunt. Remember the word shunt if you get this question, all right? It's motional capacitance, motional inductance, and loss resistance in series, all in parallel, and here comes the word, with a shunt capacitor representing electrode and stray capacitance. It's the only one of these 4 that have the word shunt in it. So if you answer it that way, you're going to have this answer all the time. Just remember shunt when you get this question, right? The equivalent circuit of a quartz crystal. You'll have it right. It's a little trick you could do. Next, what third family of circles is often added to a Smith chart during the process of solving problems? This has to do with standing wave ratio circles. That's what it is. It's SWR circles. So before we used antenna analyzers and we figured things out mathematically, right? We used a Smith chart. And the added circle at the third family of circle was the SWR on it. So if you remember the third family of circles and standing wave ratio circles, you'll have this correct. It'll be right. Okay. Next, what is a common use for a point contact diode? Okay. The answer here may surprise you a little bit. These are used in LEDs too, by the way. It's an RF detector. They can be used as an RF detector. They also can be used for LEDs, but what is a common use for it? As a radio frequency detector. It's pretty simple. And of all these, as a high voltage rectifier, absolutely not. As a constant voltage source, no way. As a constant current source, no. It's just an RF detector. That's all it is when it gets to this question regarding point contact diodes. Okay? Remember, it is an RF detector only, and you'll have this right. Next, we only have a few more. What's the phase angle between the voltage across and the current through a series RLC circuit if XC is 100 ohms, R is 100 ohms, and XL is 75 ohms? The answer here is 14 degrees with the voltage lagging the current. So remember, this is 14 with voltage lagging. And I know that's hard to remember all of these things. I use this, remember it's 2 touchdowns and you're behind. That's how I remembered this. And I got on my test and I got it right. I am so grateful. Remember, you're not going to get a whole bunch of these kind of questions on your test. There's going to be limited math questions. So when you do this, please understand, you see the formula up here, X equals XL minus XC, and then you've got the rest of the mathematical equation. There's not going to be a ton of these on your test, okay? So just hang in there with it, okay? Next, which of the following can cause shielded cables to radiate or receive interference? Okay, this will be easy for you to remember. Let me explain. If your coax is outside, right, it takes your signal to the antenna, right? Okay, remember, it's also an antenna. It literally is. It's like a log on the ground antenna. It picks up signals too. It can receive signals on that feed line. All right. So if you remember this, think about this. Which of the following can cause shielded cables to radiate or receive interference? You're talking coax. It's a shielded cable. The answer, common mode currents on the shield and conductors is the correct answer. This is why we put RF isolators on our coax to keep the radio frequency off. So common mode currents on the shield and conductors is the right answer because remember, the coax also acts as an antenna. All right, ham bites is a really neat thing that we try and do to help people get licensed or licensed up. As it goes on, you talk about the ferrite beads and why we use them on our coaxial cable. It's to help keep noise off of them. It's a great thing these people do at Ham Test Online. It's a software that knows you. You'll learn through the syllabus, and as you learn, what's nice is it's going to start remembering what questions you're getting wrong, and it's going to keep feeding those to you because it knows you're struggling, and it will go really deep to make it super simple to remember the answer to the test. That is the beautiful part of their software. Money back guarantee, 100% money back if you don't pass the test. Ham Test Online. Find them online at hamtestonline.com. They'll help you get licensed to what you want to be licensed to. And I thank them sincerely for, powering up this little segment of Ham Bites on Ham Radio Live. Thank you. Oh. Time for a drink. It's so good to see you guys. Man, I have missed you guys. I have really missed you guys. My wife all day today was saying, go up and do a show. Will you please go up and do a show? Why haven't you in the show? And I was like, honey, there were so many show elements in the show. It was a lot to do. So I want to tell you, about some guests who are coming. I know we missed one last week on Friday with Hayden from Ham Radio DX. And he was very, very gracious. He understood the situation with my father. And I want to thank him for that. That show is going to be rescheduled as soon as we can get together and pick another day. So Hayden from Ham Radio DX down in Australia will come back. We'll make sure we let you know once we set a date on that. Also, July 9th, meet Carlos, Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Lima, November, talking Parachute Mobile. That's going to be a fun show. Hope you can join us. 1900 UTC. If you're in London, that's 8 p.m. in London. And here in the States, 3 p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone, noon Pacific. Australia, it's early. It's 4 a.m. It'll be worth the time, though, I think. Then on July 16th at 18:30, that's a new time, please meet Kevin Zangiani of Bioenno Power. He's going to be answering your questions worldwide about battery powering your radio. And I mean, he will really answer your questions. Now, for example, I used for about 6 hours or so my Bioenno 1228 to power the ICOM 7100. And that little bugger just kept on working 100 watts. Bioenno makes great products. Please join us for that show. July 16th, 18:30 UTC. That's going to be at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Of course, 1:30 p.m. in the East here in North America. And that's going to be at, 5:30 p.m. there in London. So we hope you guys can join us for the show. No, excuse me. It'll be other way around, Larry. Sorry. Other way. They're +1. Okay, excellent. So you guys at 7:30 p.m. in London. Then on July 30th at 1900 UTC, Jason from Ham Radio 2.0 will be here. He's going to be taking your questions live, all about his YouTube channel and radio. I'm looking forward to having Jason. That'll be a fun show. That'll be fun. All right. We're going to talk about the BuddiHex from from BuddiPole. And this isn't a phenomenal antenna. I'll be honest with you. I've had the antenna now since Friday. Thursday. But anyway, Friday, I was putting it together. It has been my thing to do to get my mind off of everything else. Okay. And I will get to your comments towards the end of the show, but I want this to really focus on this antenna. The BuddiHex, there's maybe 30 or 40 of them out in the world from what Chris told me on last Thursday. It is under 10 pounds. It takes me 30 minutes to completely put it together. And that's with all 6 elements on it. Okay. It does 6, it does 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20 meters. It's a phenomenal antenna. Goes together pretty quickly. Up in the air, you have roughly about 9 pounds. That's all it is. 9 pounds in the air, including the radiating element and the directing elements. The antenna is so foolproof that even I can build it. It's color-coded for each one of the meter bands, so it will start with the smallest one, which is black in color, and it goes all the way up to the top one, which is blue in color, which is 20 meters. Each one of these radiators are one piece. You don't have to put together the director and then hook up the reflector. It's all one wire. You simply screw it on with the hook terminal onto the center of the conductor on the BuddiHex pole, and then you just start stringing it all around. It's super simple. Let's first get in a video where I talk about starting from scratch. And I want to put this and make this really good. I know that Jason Hammerdio 2.0 did a great job on showing assembly of this antenna. Now, I didn't have someone to videotape me doing it. I'm holding a camera in one hand and trying to work with the other. So please forgive me for that. I will get to the segments about the length of the segments and the other pieces for specifications, but let me first show you how simple it is just to work this antenna and get it up in the air. Now, the one thing I will tell you, when it comes to you, it's going to come in a canvas bag where all of the spreaders, they just snap into place around the BuddiHex core, right? There is tons of, they don't call it shock cord nor paracord, it's just cord. There's tons of cord that is pre-wrapped everywhere. Just disassemble all of that wire so you can make the wires go on each spreader. There are two at the end of each one. One is going up to the top of the hex beam. One is going to go to the right. It's going to go always to the right side to the next element. Let's take a brief look at it. All right, now you see the BuddiHex center core, and instead of the SMA, it now has an SMA to SO239 connector. So now you can hook your coax up to it. That's the way you build this antenna. We'll put it together and I'll show you how I did it. Now, just a second. Those are each one of the spreaders, and you can see how I wrapped them. I wrapped them so they would stay together. It took me maybe 15 seconds to completely unwrap each one of them. I just let them spin in my other hand and pulled the cord with the other. That's why they're wrapped that way. The ones that are towards the top, those are the spools of antenna wire, and they're all one wire. They're already pre-cut, and they are resonant. This antenna is a super simple antenna to build, okay? I got to answer a quick question. Scott Erstney, great question. What would be a great first HF antenna? Man, I really do recommend, I've loved the DX Commander Classic. We're going to talk about that today. That's one I love a lot to start with. Scott, thank you very much for your question. It's nice to meet you. Thank you. All right, let's get back to the video and we'll talk more about what happened a few days ago as we were putting this all together. I like to keep each leg wrapped with its own cord. It just makes it easier and they don't get tangled up that way. And of course, always try and keep your elements. You know, you get two. You get the directive and reflective. The directive side is the shorter wire. And you're losing the audio here because the wind was blowing so hard. What you see here is you can see the colors: red, yellow, blue, green, gray, and black, okay? Black is the smallest one, that's 6 meters. It just simply connects onto the poles where the actual spreaders are those colors. That's all you do. You make sure they're hanging below the beam spreader, okay? So you just have it hanging at the bottom, and it just goes together. One clip goes to one side of the hex, and one clip goes when you've already strung it around the rest of the hex. It's already pre-cut. There is only one wire on each one of these spreaders, and then you get to this stage. Okay, one thing that BuddiPole supplies is a mounting stand for their tripods, okay? This is the mounting stand right here. It doesn't have any elements that slide up and down like an extendable mast does. What it instead does is it allows you to take the core of the antenna, and if you take a look, it's kind of shaped like a teardrop. You just simply hook up the antenna the same way and you simply slide it on top of it. Why would you do this, right? Why is this important? Well, by doing it this way, you have a lower area to work with. So as you build the antenna, you're not having to go so high up off the ground, and it keeps everything stable and straight. So that's why they do that. It's a fantastic little idea there. Once you're done building the antenna, you simply pull off the base. You put the normal adjustable base, which right here is the 10-meter adjustable base. You would slide that
into...
And where you'd slide it is right down where that stand is. The one that I initially showed you where you start to put the BuddiHex on. All that is simply a stand. It's there to help you assemble the antenna. I found, built with it all flattened out, the tripod completely flattened out, that the 20-meter element, which is the very top, was roughly 6 feet, maybe 6.5 feet up. That's it. So you can build this off your feet without needing a ladder or maybe a step stool. That made it simple, okay? So as we start to take a look at the spreaders themselves are all equal. It doesn't matter which hole you use. That's what makes this so doggone simple. That's what I love about the antenna. It's super easy to work, really is. The spreaders, okay, are 37 inches, which are 0.94 meters long. There are 6 of them, all right? The guy shot cord link I found to tie the antenna down, the guy wires, right? There are 2 different lengths. The yellow ones are 35 feet long. The blue one is 34 feet long. So if you build this antenna and you're going to use the guy wires, the yellow is a little longer than the blue. So save that for the upper area where you're going to be guying the antenna down. All right. Now let's take a look at you as you've built the antenna. Simple to do. You just hook up wires to the little clips on the bottom of all of the spreaders and away you go. And now I'll show you the spreader itself and you'll see the little clips. They're all color coded to match the wire that goes on that part of the antenna. Okay, so we have one of the compressed elements here. I'm going to show you how easy it goes together. This is what helps make this antenna pretty cool. There is the end of it right there. You can tell because it has the triangle on, so this is going to be the end of it. All you do is you walk it over here, and it's going to slide right in here, just like that. So this piece now is built. The next piece comes together just like that one did, and now you've got yourself another leg. I mean, that's how easy it goes together. This is just, I mean, I'm holding a camera and doing this, so let's go ahead and try and put this on the tripod here on this edge here. Okay, and I may be misled you and I don't want to. The length of each one of these spreaders is 11 feet from end to end. It's simple. One end is round and goes into the core. The other end is triangular and has the cord on it to be able to make the BuddiHex go to the top of the core, and the second one goes to the right to attach to the next spreader, so it builds rigidity in the antenna. And why don't we just try here so we can start connecting things up. So we'll slide in this hole. Again, just goes right in. Easy. Easy peasy. Make sure that your cord doesn't get tangled at all. You want to make sure things go the right way. So again, you're going to take the top piece of the cord that comes up from the triangle end. All you need is just the top. And these are 2 separate pieces of paracord. So I have the one piece here that I'm going to walk up, and how this goes in so easy. It's just amazing. This little T right here, it goes into this hole, just like right here. And then what it does is it twists just like that. See how these 2 pieces have twisted in place? So that if you take a look to the right one, you see that one is already twisted in place. It goes through the hole, and then you turn that little end of the cord. That holds it and keeps it very rigid to the top of the antenna. That's what makes this really simple to build. You're not really taking anything that is wrong. Each one of the spreaders are the exact same length. They're all 11 feet long. They all have the same ends. They all have the same other ends. You just hook it up the same way each and every time. As long as you tie it off at the top, turn the little ends so that it won't come out of the hole, you're done. Pretty simple. From here, let's take a look after the spreaders are all in and what you have. Okay, so now we have the basic shape of a hex beam. All the cords are going up and they're all connecting here into the top. So here's the under view of the top, how they all go in. Super easy. I mean, this is very, very easy to do. And then here on your main hub, you have the bands for each antenna. So here's 6, this would be your 6-meter element. Here is your 10-meter element, 12, 15, 17, and 20. That's how it works. So what we're going to do is first we have to give a little stability to this, because right now if we were to put it up, these pieces will basically just flop all around. So you have to have some stability to it. So what BuddiPole did was they added a second piece of the blue cord, and the blue cord goes to the right. It always goes to the next segment to the right. So we're going to walk it over here and connect it up here to the right one. Of course it would be tangled up a little bit. And I'm doing it one-handed, so bear with me here.
So it's going to go here. And what this does, just goes in this hole like this. Goes in the hole here.
You can do it, Larry.
One-handed is really hard to do because I'm holding a camera too. But you just do that, you hold it in place, and then that T
See how it
keeps
goes
it all
together?
in place for you. So that's what keeps everything rigid. That's how you do it. And you keep moving around to each one. So this one now is going to connect to that one over there on the other side of the palm tree, and it's just going to go up that way.
Okay, so it goes to the right. So one goes to the top of the hex beam. Each other cord, blue and black cord, goes to the right spreader. Eventually, all 6 spreaders are connected together, not only to each other, but to the top of the hex beam as well. What you're left with then is literally, it's under 9 pounds in weight. I could take it off the stand myself, off the build stand, and put it onto the elevated mast myself. I did it with 2 hands. One hand on the BuddiHex, one hand making sure it would go into the extendable mast. It's as simple as that. It really is. Let's take one more look at it as everything went together. I appreciate you watching this. This again is the new BuddiHex antenna by BuddiPole. The simplest, keep it simple, stupid antenna product I have ever seen. All right, so BuddiHex is on the mast now. I'm going to be changing that mast, the tripod, to basically it's a pipe in the ground. And I will not be doing this, so just disregard what Larry's talking about. Yeah. And pounding the ground.
Yeah.
My neighbor
Larry's
can come and
not
do
doing
that
this
for me.
part.
So that would be nice because it would be a more.
But what you see is the
place for it then.
extendable mast.
The guy rings, remember the antenna rotates, and the way these are done, these are cut in a 3D printer. They're phenomenally cool.
These are so cool.
So here's how they go. You're able to get it onto the mast simply by clicking it onto the mast, right? And then you just
connect
back
the
up
arrows.
again.
Here, look. Let me just kind of back this up to scope so you can see it better. Let me go a little more. There. You see where the arrow is pointing up? Each one of these has an arrow pointing up. All you have to do is spread the 2 pieces apart, connect the arrows that are on each end of this on the triangle after you've hooked it up on the pole. It couldn't be more simple. The green one goes high, the blue one goes down towards the halfway part of the mast. And it couldn't be more simple to put together. I'll try and do it now with one hand, but bear with me because, again, I'm holding the camera and doing it myself. Here it is. The way these are done, these are cut in a 3D printer. They're phenomenally cool. So here's how they go. You're able to get it onto the mast simply by clicking it onto the mast, right? And then you just close it back up again. The arrow goes to where the arrow goes here. So if you take a look at the 3D piece and you flip it over, there's the arrow side. So the arrow side's over here, right? The arrow side, if you won't go that way, right? So we're going to put arrow to arrow, and then we have it done. It's very well done. This whole antenna is so easily constructed. I am just really stunned about it. So see, both goes together after it goes onto the mast itself. That's how cool this thing is and how easy it is to build. Everything was thought of as if I was putting it together. And that's the best part because it was easy. You put the 2 guy rings together and the antenna can still spin around, as you can tell, because there's nothing keeping the guy rings, connected to the extendable mast that would be like locking it in place. They don't do that. The mast can spin because the way the guy rings are designed, you slide it on one side, you slide the other end on another way and turn it until the arrows click together. Press your fingers on the end of it, then tie your guy rope around each of the 3 circles, and you've got an antenna ready to start lifting in the air. Okay, so we got it up. Everything's up good. And let me show you. So now we have the basic It's time to start putting the elements on.
No, 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 no. Let me tell you, when you get the whole thing done, what you do, the mast is probably, I think that the build mast part, that's brilliant. The actual build pole, very smart idea from BuddiPole. That was brilliant. The other thing that's easy, it's color coded. You can't mess it up. You can't mess it up. You can't mess up the spreaders. The spreaders don't go, they don't go into get certain places, right? You don't have on those elements, the wire elements, they're all one wire. You don't have to worry about cutting, the directional element and the reflecting elements. It's already pre-cut. Hook up to one side of the post, go back, start connecting at the bottom of the same color connectors as your wire is, and then you get to the other side of the BuddiHex, and then you just screw the other end on, and it's got hook connectors. It's so easy. Slap the hook connector on, tighten it back up on the other side. That element's done. How would I use this? Well, it's currently about 28 feet up in the air behind me, and I'll show you how it works in a moment. But what I liked about it, if I was to use this antenna for contesting, right, for field day, I did that. And I just simply hooked up the field day frequencies that were workable that day. 3, that was all I had to hook up. The antenna was up in maybe 20 minutes, and that included getting up to a high point without being too high where I had to worry about the antenna tipping over. And let me share this with you too. I had this antenna tip on me, not once, but twice. And it was because of the wind and the guide. The first time was the guy wire. I didn't have it guide enough and didn't have a third helper with me to get the antenna up in a little bit of a breeze. That was my fault. The other one, the antenna wasn't guide. It was up maybe 10 feet and the wind caught it because it was pretty darn windy. And I raced upstairs because I was so excited to finally hear it work, even at 10 feet or 12 feet high, that I just went upstairs, turned the radio on, and I could see signals for the first time I'd never seen on my radio. And then they stopped. And I ran back. It's over my neighbor's fence. Brilliant. Never even a scratch on that antenna. That tells you a lot. I mean, that antenna, the first time it fell, probably 20, 22 feet in the air. And it's just because we didn't have a second person on a guy rope, but it didn't break. It didn't fall apart. It stayed exactly like it was still brand new. I was blown away. I've never had an antenna that suffered any kind of fall like that and not have damage somewhere. Never. And I've only built a couple of, like a hex beam antennas. This thing is durable. And I'm telling you from my own mistake, and that's hard to do. It's hard to say, I screwed up. I should have had another person on a guy wire. But I didn't. And I'm telling you the truth. It was durable. This thing is very durable. It's up, and I'm a slow builder because of my back. It was up in the third time I built it, it was up in about 25 minutes. And I'm slow. The tripod is excellent quality. I know it's expensive. When you look at this, when you look at the antenna and the tripods, right, it could be pricey. But the tripods are really well built. They're nice quality. And it just is, it's an important component of this kit because it has the crank on it. Now, this is an important point. That crank is going to be replaced by an electric motor soon. And that electric motor is going to be controlled, get this, by your cell phone. That is going to be cool. So if you simply want to change the antenna direction and go towards a different way, you simply use your phone, hit it, and then the antenna is going to move for you. That's what's coming on this antenna. Durability, build quality, thought process to make it simple for people to build. It's all in this antenna. It weighs about 9 pounds up in the air. And to be quite honest, I've built a ton of antennas from verticals, multi-bands, 2 hex beams. This one was the most simple antenna I have ever built. Now, I know, and Jason, I think, is right when he says, if you're going up for like a day at a POTA, I don't know if I'd go to all the trouble because it takes a little bit of time to put the antenna up and you just want to work signals, right? I get that. Throw a dipole in a tree and you're working. But what this gives you, if you have the time to put it up, is a great weekend of fun where you can work different areas of the country or different continents. I mean, I was here in Colombia for the first time. I've never heard that. And what I noticed on my radio for the first time ever was all of a sudden I was seeing signals everywhere. I really was. That's what I noticed with this antenna. I sent Chris my pluses and minuses. Now, my minus, there's one. The antenna has a tendency when it's up to kind of rock a little bit side to side. Not like this. It's not coming off the mast tower at all. That's not it. It just has a little give in it. So as you see, like think of my hands as the edge of the hex beam. It doesn't lock in place. It has a little bit of give. So it's going to come out a little bit this way. Now, he said that's, hex beams, that's what they do. I get it. But keep in mind, you're not buying a thrust bearing 2-element antenna that is built on a tower that has a electric rotator. You're using a portable antenna with a hand crank, but it works. That's the brilliance. It works. Even though it rocks just a little bit, that's my negative on it. That's it. The rest is this is an antenna that I think you would absolutely love. Let me show you real quick just how special this thing is. Let me get into the radio. Now here we are, and we're actually using the DX Commander Classic. And this is an antenna I love. You know how much I love this. Let's take a look at the antenna, and I'm going to just keep it on the DX Commander for a second. We'll bring up volume.
Thanks for stopping by, CJ. I'll send it back to you. This is K7.
And by the way, the antenna can handle 1.5 kilowatts, just so you know. It can handle full power.
Really like it.
So this is off the DX Commander vertical, okay? Now listen.
Good to see a good outdoorsman online.
Hold on.
Do you do any POTA? I don't. I've got a good friend.
Now we'll put the BuddiHex on. Watch what happens.
Channel called Ascendant QRP, and he does a lot of SOTA, so I live vicariously through him.
Okay, we're on the DX Commander now. Click. There's the DX Commander vertical. Here's the BuddiPole BuddiHex.
Portable, and my plan was to
one more
go
time,
into
DX
the
Commander
Missouri
vertical. And the BuddiPole BuddiHex.
and do a little radio out of the boat. But what I found
See?
out after I got it all set up.
But take a look what else
was that
happens.
when you're
Look on
out
the
there,
sides of the waterfall. I'm
if
gonna.
I had my choice
This
between
is out a
playing
little
with
ways.
my radio and
This is actually pushed out a little ways. I'm going to push it out even farther. So we're going to make the span go out a little farther. Okay. So now we're at 100 kilohertz.
so I
Now
ended up
take a
not
look.
being able to pull
Here is the
myself away from
BuddiHex.
fishing, and
Here's the DX Commander Classic.
well, I just started
Now keep in mind, it's only pointed towards the east right now. So just east. Okay, that's it. But now we use the BuddiHex again, and watch the signals come in.
I activated 4 park or 5 4
Look at
parks
that.
there, and yesterday I did the Prescott National Forest here. So yeah, I'm getting into it and really
Sorry
enjoying
about that,
it.
guys.
Yeah, it's
So could you imagine having something like that that's portable, that you can take with you on a field trip, or maybe you're going to go on POTA, or you're going to go SOTA, but you're going to stay for a little while? That antenna is perfect. I mean, it is absolutely perfect for portable work. Both antennas are portable. That's the DX Commander Classic is, so is the BuddiHex. But the BuddiHex absolutely impresses the crap out of me. And I don't ever say that about an antenna. That antenna is well built, it's strong, it's easy to build, and it's just a phenomenal performer. You see the screen, you see the difference. It will bring your signal noise level down, and you just turn it to work the direction you want to. BuddiHex by BuddiPole, the best antenna I've ever used. By far. By far. So that gives you an idea. And my hope is that we're going to be able to use this and be able to make a lot of calls to the not only the East Coast, but also up to Europe, and be able to point the antenna up to Europe. And you can just see as this thing works, it just works. It's just a phenomenal antenna. I've used a ton of different ones, and I've never had one that worked so quickly and was so simple for me to put together. It just works. So good work for Chris, the gang at BuddiPole in Hillsboro, Oregon. You built a phenomenal antenna. Best I've ever used. The best. So Scott, if you're really looking to build something simple and you want direction, you can do it. It's some money, but you can definitely do it. Depends on what you're focused on. Plus, if you want VHF or UHF too, that makes a difference too. Yeah. And here's a good point, Wine, and there's some good and bad points for every kind of antenna. That is true. Absolutely. Jeff from East Tennessee. I love my infant half-wave. I'll probably replace the butternut with the DX Commander at some point. You'll love it. It's a great antenna. Welcome, Moses. Good to see you. Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Nice to have you. All right, I'm going to try to catch up with you. By the way, I want to welcome Red. Charlie, Red Summit RF, November, Juliet 7, Victor, Phoenix, Arizona, in the outside chair. Good to see you, Charlie. Gosh darn, it's great to have you here. It's good to be back on YouTube. I almost forgot how to do it. I was looking for a cord, literally looking for a cord to be able to do the show, which is crazy. So, yeah. And I do. You're right. I do need a photographer. It was tough because Bob wasn't feeling good and Karen was working. So, yeah, 20 to 6 meters. And it just works. You know, I'll be honest with you. I've been blown away at the results. And honestly, I haven't had time to really play with it other than see the difference. Right now, it's the same height as the DX Commander Classic. It's basically right up there on the 20 meter element. It's just about 28 feet. So that's where it's at. No, not 20. It's about 25 feet because the hex pole will go to 30. Well, sorry, 10 meters. And I brought it down a little bit because I didn't want to. And Chris Rick recommends you take the top two elements on the extendable mast and fold them in half. So basically, you're taking the full length, you're halving it, and then you tie it off. That's what you want to do. So you clip it so it stays in place. Then from there, you can just build it. The thing works beautifully. It really has been. All right, it's Tell Me Something Good Tuesday. Tell me something good that's went good in your life. Mine's a BuddiHex.
Tell me something good.
That's fun. And Jenna, thank you. Such a great antenna, Larry. So neat for just enjoying ham. You know, I'm looking forward to DXing shortwave, looking forward to DXing ham, looking forward to working DX, and looking forward especially to a little bit of CQ Worldwide this November. I think it'll do it. It's died really well, so it's good. And yeah, Ron, every antenna is a compromise. I gave Chris at BuddiPole my pluses and minuses, and I'll be honest, I had 11 pluses and I had 2 minuses. One was a little rotation, little miss there, and the other thing was the crank. I'd rather have a motor, which he's already working on, which is phenomenal. Best antenna I've ever reviewed. Welcome to Mr. Fudwinkle. Hello from Manchester, England. Hello to you, sir. Welcome. My name's Larry. Nice to meet you. All right. So we're also going to take a look here really quick. And I'm sorry I don't have a segment where we're saying hello to everybody and welcoming someone from the channel. My fault there. It's been 6 days since I've done this show. It's been so long. I really appreciate your patience with that. I want to just take a moment, though, and say thank you to all of you for your kind emails, the kind stuff on Discord. Man, talk about making someone feel really humbled by your kindness. Thank you sincerely for that. Okay, let's take a look up at the crow's nest one more time. See how the angry hams feel about today's show.
What are they doing with those spoons?
Scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I'm not surprised. That's how they get all their acts.
The angry hams. Okay. Looking back, we have a really good game right now, don't we? Wow. Okay, so the world is beating North America right now. And the score is right now, let's see, it's 90 to 80. 90 to 80 is the score. First question. In the old, oh, well, gosh, you know you're going to want me to do the old voice. Okay, here we go. In the old days, radio frequency was described with another term other than hertz. In example, kilohertz, megahertz, etc. Okay. So was it described as henries per minute, bytes per second, farads per hour, or cycles per second? First one in gets it for their continent right. Good luck. Welcome, Mark Taylor. Good evening to you. Mike 7, Echo Sierra Sierra. Barry Wender. Good evening, Mike. His call sign is Golf 6. Juliet, Mike X-Ray. Barry, welcome back. Always good to have you. Wine and Something Good. Larry is back. I'm nearly finished with my VHF maxed. Welcome back, my friend.
Tell me something good.
Thank you, Wine. And boy, you are my wind-up just encourager. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. Aaron Lutz, Something Good. We had a great time at Field Day. It was great camping trip with some great operators, lots of laughs and some good times.
Tell me something good.
That's great, Aaron. Thank you for that. Andy New, first one to answer D. Cycles per second. And Europe and the world get one more. Good job. 9580 now. It is cycles per second. Yep, that's the way it was done. So 95 for the world and currently 80 for North America. That's how they figured it. In fact, I remember back in the day when I first got into radio that our sign off at KBPS was, they would say we're 1,450 cycles per second. I remember signing off with that. So that's the way it used to be. Andy New, first one from the UK, Mike 7, Charlie Union November got it correct. Jeff in Eastern Tennessee got it. So did Aaron Lutz. Didn't fool any of you. Wicked Loud One, welcome back. Nice to have you back. Red So, that's my dear friend Charlie. Got it correct as well. Yep, D. Ron Walensky got it. So did Grant Bob. You all did. Greg is here from Boston. Hi, Greg. WECV 640. I've missed you, buddy. I really have. William Crawford at D. Whining with you. See, you all remembered this. And Rodney, thank you. What would I do without you? Seriously. Please hit the like button so we can help Larry with the YouTube algorithm. Rodney, thank you. It means a lot. Pop Alpha 9 Romeo Whiskey. Big ups. Thanks, buddy. That's nice. Jenna got it. So did Dale. Y'all got this one right. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, it was back in cycles per second. So that's how it was. And yeah, even Moses even typed it out. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Second question of 2. Which of the following was called a Hartley? Now, we've talked about this. Remember? Hartley and Colpitts. Remember what they are? Are they A, a type of variable condenser? Are they B, a type of self-excited oscillator? Are they C, a type of generator? Or are they D, an early spark gap receiver? Okay, Hartley. Remember, one is also called a Colpitts. Okay, A, B, C, or D. First one with the right answer gets it right for their continent. Good luck. Mr. Funbiggle, that is awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Keeps the brain active. Thank you. That's very nice. Yeah. And, you know, this is cool. You know, Winan says like megacycles. Yes, absolutely right. Thank you for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Andy New, trying to go 2 for 2 with B. A self, look at this, what he says here. And he got the first one right too. Andy, because it's been so long since we've done a show, I can't remember where we were at and who got the right question, you know, the second time, right? You know, if it was you or not, because you are the person that has the tie for the lead in doing them, you know, the most times. So what Andy's got, if he gets this one right, then he would have 2 for 2. He answers, it is B, a type of self-excited oscillator. And he went 2 for 2 today. Look at that. You did it. Right there. Andy knew. Mike 7, Charlie in November. I'll have to look at the last show, Andy, because I don't remember who got the last one right. If it was you, you've just tied your record. It is a self-excited oscillator. Yep, remember this with also the one Colpitts. Colpitts is another one. Greg got it right in Boston, so did Aaron, so did Jeff. Charlie with D, Steve with A, Ron Walensky got it, Winan got it, Barry Wedden got it. You guys are so doggone good. Well done. Congratulations. All right. All right, so tell me something good Tuesday. Tell me something you've done good, and we'll make it part of today's show. I thank you guys for being a part of the show. It's been a long time since we've done this, hasn't it? A long, long time. And I really do appreciate what I say. Thank you for being here. All right, folks, we've got a really fun Discord channel. I got a lot of fun to share. We didn't do Funnies Friday because I was gone to the hospital again with my dad. Anyway, so we couldn't do a Friday show, so we're going to do the Funnies. We're also going to do some other stuff because you guys have said some great stuff on Discord. I hope you like this. This will be a lot of fun. Cue the music. Here's our Discord page. You'll find us at ham-radio-live. And by the way, it's going to be very first thing you see on the description section of this video. As you go down all the things you can do here, from Radio Live Help to Radio Help, Ham Projects, After Show Party, Rag to Chat, also some funnies. It's going to be fun to do this, so I hope you like it. All right, let's take a look. First of all, this is Will in California. Kilo November 6, Tango Zulu Kilo, a homemade speaker wire antenna. This is tuned for 20 meters right in his backyard. Take a look from here. Look at that. He did this himself. He got really high. Look at that. Isn't that great? Will, nice work, man. That's great. Wow. Nice work. Plus, Jeff just got his new license. Look at this dude. He got his new license plate. That's awesome. He said, so I had to get my tags renewed and replaced, coming dangerously close to the expiration on the old plate. Was pleasantly surprised to discover he had received my new plate in the mail I received from the state. They said it wouldn't be here until July 25th. They made one mistake. My wife pointed it out to me. Can you tell what it is? Take a look at it. You know, The only thing I can think of, Jeff, because you are November 4 Papa Oscar Delta, I think the 0 is a 0, not an Oscar. Would I be right there? I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that's the answer. Okay. Next, Vince Bus got a Signal Link interface today, but not the 8-pin connector, which is kind of weird. It says apparently they shipped the cable from Nevada and won't be here till Tuesday, but he'll get it. There it is. Congratulations to Vince. Plus, take a look. Here's Vince's shack. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous. It's beautiful. Seriously, nice work. Rob Q in Los Angeles with a big old happy field day. Look at that tower and mono banter. They're pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I'd love to do that. You know what? I say mono banter. This is probably going to be a multi-band. It's a great antenna on a tower. Geez, the amount of time and effort and love for ham radio. Thank you, Rob. Here's a beautiful one. Look at Avery, all the way from Georgia. Kilo 4 Victor Romeo Yankee. Oh, look, baby ducks. That's pretty cool, isn't it? She got little baby ducks in here, so that was kind of fun. I want to thank you, Avery. You always have something cute to send to us, and I always love doing this with you because you bring us something fun, and what's better than baby ducks, right? That's pretty. All right, moving on. Siobhan, standing around Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland, looking like I used for my PhD for something other than collecting dust. She's a brilliant person, an amazing singer, and a great ham, and plus, she's also a scientist. But look at this picture, how beautiful it is. Centered beautifully on her, blurs out the university in the background. Beautiful photography work. Siobhan, thanks for this. Nice work. Next up, Tom, my favorite one ever. This is what happens when your kid gets a hold of your passport. Not a good idea.
No!
Yeah. All right. New ones and funny ones. Charlie, November, Juliet, 7 Victor. Hold this a minute. Here comes another snacks on the air. Ham. Charlie, it's so funny. Next up, John from Canada, Victor Echo 5, Juliet Hotel, November. This guy's trying to rob this other dude, right? And you can just kind of see how this is doing. You see where this is going, right? So the other guy says, "You're wasting your time. I'm a ham." Yeah,
No!
perfect. No money. That's the way it is. Perfect. All right. As we keep going, Rob Q, be careful where you shop online. We ordered a German Shepherd, and now this guy lives with us. Hello, I'm glad to be part of your family very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Next, Steve from UK, 2 Echo 0, X-Ray Sierra Hotel. Look at this, little Yogi Bear. There's Yogi. He's getting all ready. Take a look at good old Yogi Bear. This is so funny. This really is.
Hello there, beautiful. Haven't we met before? Paris, maybe? The Riviera?
Then the next, he's up on a vine and he's taking the picnic basket.
A cue for a song, if ever I heard one.
Steve, thank you for this. Dawn, look at this. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Look at that. It's 7-Eleven and the price of gas is $7.11.
No!
Oh gosh. Alpha Delta 7 Lima, November from Oregon. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. Bugs Bunny, he's kidding on the Starship Enterprise. It's great. Nikolai, and this is my favorite one. It's awesome. Look at that. They photoshopped the Flex Radio 6700 box there. Guy's got it as a backpack, right? And look at the giant rose he has for his wife. That's brilliant. By the way, my wife said, yes, this is what you have to do, honey, every time.
Thank you.
Perfect. Here's some neat pictures that Adam, November Yankee 5 Echo set. He's on vacation currently in Alaska. Look at this. His son at the controls of a Gold Dredge number 8 up there. Here is another picture he's taken from the Fairbanks area in Alaska on vacation. Look at this. Flit plane taking off from the Chima River in Fairbanks. That's a gorgeous shot. Adam, nice work. An Alaskan Yagi. There you go. Thank you for that. Very good. And then, again, this is my favorite of the whole bunch. The guy with the radio box and the roses. This is best of show. Nikolai, Yankee Oscar 8, November India Kilo. Best of show. That was good. And then, of course, Greg, WECB 640, says he was here too. Take a look at that. That's funny. Greg, you're so clever, dude. Last time, did you know, Greg, last time, when we did the show, right? We got this part where he did this thing where he had, sorry, get that off. His thing where he was talking about, we were talking about spread spectrum, right? And it was Hedy Lamarr who invented it, by the way. She discovered spread spectrum. And he answers the question with Hedy Lamarr. Oh, Greg, you and I should talk. This is so fun. You just really make the show fun for me. Thank you for that. All right. Jeff says, I don't think states actually distinguish between 0 and O in their systems. Check the expiration of that brand new freshly printed plate. I did, but I thought you said you were getting the new tags. That's what I thought you were doing. That's what confused me a little bit. I thought you got the plate, but you were just waiting for the tags, but it was done. Yeah. But I thought with 0 was a no. Who knows? Anyway, it's nice to have you back, Jeff, and nice to see you too. Thanks for coming, you guys. This is a labor of love to do. It's about an hour almost to do the show now, to put it together. We've been talking now for an hour and 15 minutes almost. I want to thank you. I can't promise I'll be here tomorrow. I don't know. It's just what has happened in my family has been catastrophic. But I really would hope to come back tomorrow. I'd like to make some calls with you. Tomorrow's show, what I'd like to do is be more focused on the radio so we can take a look and see how well the BuddiHex works. When you see signals like this, and just to give you a good description, the BuddiHex is still on, we'll flip to the DX Commander Classic. Okay? You can see the difference. I mean, it's just apparent. We'll flip back to the BuddiHex. All right. And I promised myself I would say this. I highly recommend the DX Commander Classic. You know I do. It's simply the value of a directional antenna that's pointed one direction. It's going to lower your signal noise ratio, and it's going to allow you to see signals that weren't there before. A vertical antenna, by nature, is the loudest antenna you can have because it hears from all directions. It's going to be a louder antenna by nature. But that DX Commander Classic antenna has worked me halfway around the world. I have no gripe against that whatsoever. It is an amazing antenna. I think the best value for the money for an antenna to purchase. I mean that. It's just that when you finally get a directional and you see what it can do, and you're hearing countries you've never heard before, it's pretty exciting stuff. I'm grateful for Chris at BuddiPole for getting me the BuddiHex. Thank you. I didn't get it for free. I paid for it, but I promised him an honest review, and I gave it. Thank you also to Callum at DX Commander for sending me the DX Commander Classic. Paid for that too, but I'm grateful to tell you both of them are phenomenal antennas. Don't take this test and say, oh, the DX Commander antenna sucks. That's not it. No, it works me halfway around the world. It's just that when you use a directional antenna, you have the distinct advantage of hearing better, noise comes down, and signals come out of nowhere. That's how it works. We have a brand new sign-off for you today and a brand new funny little bit at the end of the sign-off. Don't miss it. It's fun to watch. It comes from Australia. So our sign-off today is from Australia. After that is a funny commercial, which I hope you enjoy. Around the world, I thank you for being part of the show. You'll make me laugh. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Thanks for coming here. I'm humbled by what's happened on this channel. I really have been. I'm nothing special, guys. I'm just a normal guy that does a YouTube show about radio. Thanks for being part of the ride. Wherever you may be, around this great world, my name's Larry. My call sign, Amateur Radio's Kilo 7 Hotel November. God bless you and protect you wherever you may be. And goodbye, everybody. Oh, wait. We gotta do this. This is too important. If you want your amateur radio license, get a hold of the Radio Society of Great Britain. Man, don't ever forget this. I will stop the sign off if I knew I forgot that. We want to help you get an amateur radio. That's the most important part. www.rsgb.org. Please hit the contact us bar. The RSGB is the Radio Society of Great Britain. Wherever you are in the world, they'll help you find a local amateur radio club that's near you to help you get licensed. They are so good at what they do. www.rsgb.org. We're going to Australia. Not just in one place, but around the continent to share a good sign-off with you. Until we meet again, goodbye, everybody.
'Tis but a few hours to sun up,
Hold on.
and you'll be able to...
I promise you that sign-off. I'm going to get you that sign off because I know where it's at. Hold on. Let me find it. It's too good. It's so good. All right, here we go. This is a sign off from Television Australia. And for my mates around the world, please forgive me for not putting it up right. This is really important. It's a beautiful sign off from Australia. I hope you enjoy it. It celebrates something special in Australia and comes from all around the continent, okay? Hope you enjoy it. It's too good to pass up. Until we meet again, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Live. I hope you enjoy this one. It's well worth your time. Bye, everybody.
And that's all we have for you for the time being. But tomorrow night sees one of our most popular programs return, the delightful comedy series Fresh Fields. See William and Hester creating chaos in so many new ways as Fresh Fields returns at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Then there's our Friday movie, more comedy, as Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor and Jill Clayburgh star in the madcap story Silver Streak. At 10:20 we have a special profile of Australian author Peter Carey, who has just been awarded the prestigious Booker Prize for Literature. The program is called Beautiful Lies. After that there's The World Tonight, then our late movie, a classic with Bob Hope, Bing Crosby and Dorothy Lamour, along with a galaxy of Hollywood stars in Duffy's Tavern. And after all that, you'll be able to rage to top music clips. So a great night in store, Friday night on ABC. In the meantime, though, on behalf of all of us at ABC, Tony Featherston wishing you a very good night.
Have a break.